like I couldn't find really a whole lot of people in high school that were like wrestling fans back in those days, and like he was very vocal about it. He was upfront, talk about it, everything like that, and you know, yeah, I've known him 22, 23 years.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And if any of you guys out there that's watching knew Ken personally, by all means, go in the comments, share your stories. Let us know, you know, how he impacted your life if you were friends with him and knew him personally and everything.
Even if you know, you don't get to catch this live, don't get to see us talking right now, go ahead and feel free to leave some mentions about him and let us know what you thought of him.
Yes, most definitely. With me and Ken, like I said in the video when I broke the news about you know, his passing, Ken and I, like you guys, we went to school together, and I knew of him, but I didn't know him at the time. I moved here from Virginia, so I didn't have too many friends myself. And you know, I've seen him around the way, really had no issues with him, and I just really didn't know him. And I think if I got to know him back then and knew he was a wrestling fan, I think we'd probably been good friends, like for the amount of time that you and him were friends. But it took to like a few years ago, we were at a pay-per-view party at a mutual friend's house, and we all got to talking and stuff, and then they come to realize that he and I went to school together, and we got to talking, and we knew a lot of people who, you know, we had the same circles that we ran in with the people that we knew and stuff, and we just didn't know it. And you know, we talked and stuff, and we just hung out from there, and we all got together. When I came with the idea and stuff to do this show and bring you guys into the show and stuff with me, he was very eager to start. He was very supportive. He talked into existence things that this show has yet to accomplish. Like I want to say we're a successful podcast, but he saw it, and you know, as you know, okay, Cuff, you know, when the show gets to the point where you monetize and stuff, you know, you gotta, you know, do things differently. I was like, man, we ain't got to that point yet. I was like, but he's speaking into existence and stuff. So you know, I commend him and I appreciate him for his support and everything. You know, he was an asset to this show. You know, even though he and I may have debated on this show many times, that was the one thing I loved, was debating him on the show when we had a difference of opinion as it pertained to professional wrestling. And you know, I just loved the in-depth debate that we had, you know, while we were on the show and stuff. And you know, he was very talkative. I mean, like,
yes, he was.
he was very talkative. Like,
he almost beat Bobby in that.
Yeah, I think he did, man. Like, I was like, man, I remember sometimes we went to like Buffalo Wild Wings or East Coast Wings, and man, like everybody, the business that closed, we're still out there talking. And I'm like, man, I didn't realize it was almost like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, but you know, he just had so much to talk about. You know, we shared a lot of things, and you know, not just professional wrestling, but life experiences and struggles and stuff. We often talked about and stuff, and you know, he's going to be dearly, dearly missed on this show. And did the little picture here, you know, to honor him. I'm gonna bring it in closer. It's a poster that I did earlier today. Show support for Kenya. Please send your condolences to his family. You have the information for his memorial service?
I do. I can't pull it up right now, but I do know it's going to be Saturday at 2 p.m.
So Saturday, March 6th.
It's church near where his apartment complex was.
Okay.
And I can get the names and things like that.
Is it Concord Wesleyan Church?
That sounds right.
Yeah. I believe it's Concord Wesleyan Church at 2 p.m. right here in Concord, North Carolina. If you can, make it out, you know, show your respects, you know, to someone, to a very passionate wrestling fan, and a good person, all around great person and everything. So make sure, if you can, come out to the memorial service and pay your respects to Mr. Ken Montgomery. Bobby, you want to shed any light on Mr. Ken?
Well, as I said in the video I posted the other day, I really didn't know him longer than you guys did. Obviously, the times I really got to know him was when he was over here. At times, he would make it for the shows and everything, and just that little bit of time that I just had a chance to know him, he was a really genuine guy, great to get along with, loved wrestling, just like me, just like all of us.
You almost got to know him real well at Dutchess for one of the pay-per-view viewings when you said fuck Booker T and he about killed you.
Well,
I think there was a lot of people that said it was about to kill him.
I got bone with Booker T, but that's neither here nor there. But I have my reasons. You already know that. I'm not gonna go into detail, but no, like he was a great guy, genuine guy. Got on with me. I got on with him. Great. We love wrestling, and I didn't know him longer like these guys did, but. The time that I got a chance to get to know him, he was a really swell guy. We're all gonna miss him, and my prayers and condolences all go out to his family and everything. They, I don't know what they're going. I mean, this is so hard. I can't even imagine what they're going through.
So when Otis gets here, he probably shares some stories about Ken and stuff and his friendship with Ken and everything.
Well, going back to what you were saying about the late nights at the restaurant. That it wasn't just a restaurant that he would do that at. Years ago, back when he lived in Kannapolis. And we used to go hang out at a friend's house on Sundays, and I might be the one to drive him to the friend's house and drive him back because he was right on the way. And there's been times where we sat out in my car, just sitting out in front of his house, talk, and next thing I know, I look up and the sun's up.
Like I said, he could talk, man. He loved to conversate. He loved to have in-depth conversations and debates and everything. And like I said, when he was here on the show, that's what no disrespect to any of you guys, but like I could always pull a good debate out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like the back and forth, like. He stood by his beliefs. That was one thing about Ken. He stood by his beliefs, and anything that he supported, he stood by it wholeheartedly. He was loyal to that. And no matter, whatever point I brought up, he stood by what he wanted to believe in and stuff. And I can't do nothing but admire that in Mr. Montgomery. But, yeah, like I said, he's definitely going to be missed on this show. He's irreplaceable. He was an asset to this show. And, I just wish, I'm still in disbelief over his passing and stuff. I know many of his friends are and stuff, and like I said, if you're any of his friends, if you know him personally, please share your stories in the comments section. If you want to find out any more information on how you can, help out with his memorial service, you can go to his page, or his Facebook page. There's information on there about the memorial service, and about how you can donate to his family and for his memorial service, and if you would like to donate flowers and or food or whatever. But yeah, you got anything else to say about Ken?
Not that we can shrink down into such a concise thing, because we can talk about him as much as he can talk with us about things. So, like I said, when Otis gets here, we'll get him to shed some light on his relationship with Ken. But to honor Ken, I know he will want us to carry on with the show and everything. So we are going to talk some wrestling. But as you can see, we're paying tribute to Mr. Ken all show long. So if you got any stories, make sure go down in the comments, share your stories about how he impacted your life and everything. And, thank you guys for watching during this hard time with this show and the passing of our good friend.
R.I.P. Ken.
R.I.P. Ken.
I'll take a line from the Brody Elite thing from Christmas and see you down the road. But
let's move on.
Well, we had a lot of news going on in the world of wrestling, haven't we, fellas? A lot of stuff has been going on.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with SmackDown.
We can start off with the results first and then moved to the news.
Okay, well, did you watch SmackDown?
Last week?
Yeah.
Last
Friday.
Yeah. I caught like probably last 30 minutes of it.
All right. Well, he's gonna give the results, and I'll for any promos or anything, I'll fill in because I sort of skimmed through it before I came in.
But I do know that it started off with a confrontation between Bryan and Reigns.
Yeah, it's set up for a match later on in the show between Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso. Daniel Bryan pretty much called Roman Reigns like I guess a chump or something for how he performed at Elimination Chamber. Coming out after Daniel Bryan went through the chamber, and
basically Daniel Bryan said he wants another shot at Fastlane.
And it sort of set up for him versus Jey Uso, because Jey Uso's like, you want him, you gotta go through me. And we're gonna talk about that later in the show.
Yeah, and unless I missed one on my notes here, I think there was only 5 matches on SmackDown.
Yeah,
there wasn't
many.
Opening the show, of course, you had the interview, then you had Otis and Chad Gable beating the Mysterios.
Yeah,
blah.
Yeah, blah. Yeah, it's like they still doing the heel turn with Otis and Chad Gable.
I think they are heels now.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Otis seems like he's still on the fence, like doing some babyface stuff, but he's doing heelish stuff now. Like injuring Ray and everything.
Yeah.
What the next match we had?
The next match after that was, I'm guessing he's going by just Apollo now, maybe, or something?
So Apollo Crews, he came out and did a promo in the ring, and it seems like he's going through a repackaging. It seemed like he's taking the gimmick that he had before coming to WWE, which is the Ooh-Ah Nation, and incorporating it into the gimmick that he has now. And in the process of doing all this gimmick change and transition, he develops an accent. So now he's talking about he's Nigerian, he's of Nigerian royalty, and he's talking about how that has influenced him and stuff now with this gimmick. So it seems like he's going down that route of the Ooh-Ah Nation that he had on the independent circuit and stuff. And I'm actually liking it because it's adding some depth to his character.
I'm curious to see how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Well, it went well for him Friday because he defeated
Nakamura. Yeah. That was like an upset, too.
Because I thought WWE at this point was like high on Nakamura.
Yeah, I think too, but after that, what was it, the gauntlet match he had?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he gonna, they're gonna push him or whatever, and now it seems, I don't know if he's still in title picture for the IC title or whatnot, so I don't know, only time will tell.
But following that, we had the bathroom break of the evening. We had Tamina defeating Liv Morgan.
Well, I'm not surprised that Tamina went over Liv Morgan. I mean,